So hello and welcome back. In this video I'm going to release a few lovely Neocaridina shrimp into the LEGO Paludarium. I think I've had this tank set up for about 4 or 5 years. I'm sure it's about 4 years, might even be 3 years. But anyway, we're going to upgrade. Everything is a little bit overgrown. So I'm going to tidy up a little bit of the plants around the bottom and the base of the structures. Also, I'm going to add a little bit of riccia around the Lego that's suspended, so sort of around where this moss area is. So a little bit of riccia has died off underneath the bromeliads, but we're going to just add a little bit more to perk it up a little bit. But this is where we are now. We've let everything grow for, probably the last at least 2 years or so. So everything is just sort of a little bit overgrown. There's our hammerhead shark trying to get, what's his name? It's not Benji. I'm sure you can tell me in the comments below what his name was. We have our other 2 Lego people covered in moss. That moss has actually just been growing from the water. Eventually I think it's going to just cover them if we don't move them, but moss has a mind of its own. A few variegated cetidoniums. They seem to be going well, but they don't like water on their leaves. So that suspended branch is the one we're going to fix. In the water area, because this is a paladarium, so it's technically an aquarium with plants above it, it is very overgrown. So we're going to give it a bit of a trim, and we're going to add some of the shrimp that you saw just before. So more plants and water in this bit. So this is the top bit. Now, these bromeliads are growing on a log, so there is the riccia that I've put on, so that light green plant, it looks like a moss. These are suspended by nylon, so just your normal fishing line. So we've got 2 lots, so 1 on each side, you can sort of see just wrapped around, and that successfully held this in place for the last 3 years or so. We'll say 3 years. The lighting is 2 Dimax SpaceX freshwater lights, and we've got a 2-foot Dimax as well. That seems to be enough light to penetrate all the way down the bottom. The moss is growing great, but even under the water we've got Monte Carlo and all sorts of stuff growing quite well. I've stirred it up a little bit because I've given it a little bit of a trim, but even the hair grass is growing well in there. So under the water you can see them. It's a little bit murky, as I said. I've knocked that Monte Carlo down a little bit, but it will perk up overnight. That's just me trying to clean the glass so we can actually see what's in the tank. We have a random snail, but that snail has survived for the last few years. So with the watering system, I've got a Monsoon Multi, that is an Exoterra watering system. I've just added 2 more nozzles and another T-piece, so it's got 4 coming out of the machine. You need to use reverse osmosis water or deionized water for that. But it creates a good effect. This is a 2-foot by 3-foot background that it's spraying, and the water gets all the way down to the bottom and splashes pretty much everything you want it to splash. So the moss is growing really, really well in the back wall. A few things over the years have died off, another few things have sort of multiplied and grown. But that's what you expect in a paludarium. If you don't sort of fiddle with it all the time, certain plants will take off, grow really, really well, and then another thing will sort of take off and cover it and take its place. So that is pretty much half the fun of planting out one of these paludariums, just to see what will grow over the years. All the plants on the back wall are tissue culture, so they're the little tissue culture plants we sell for $9.95. And they are the original ones. We've added a couple here and there, but the bulk of those are still surviving from about 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, apart from the murky water, that is where we are now. So these are the shrimp that I'm going to place in here. So pretty much just 1 of each of the different colours, just for the fun of it, to see what will reproduce in here. I think we've got, 6 little shrimp. So there's one that's been released after acclimatizing them. So the 6 shrimp in this tank, which is about 40-50 litres, should be fine without any filtration. So with the auto misting system, it's like doing a little water change every few days because we drain water from the bottom. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this is a little bit more exciting. The crickets in the background are actually real crickets right next to me right now. So how's that for ambient noise? Who needs music when you have crickets? Well, thanks for watching. Click a like if you like this video, and if you want more videos like this one, I'll try and do some of the other paludariums once I get them all sorted. Thank you.